Hey there. So, welcome to yet another episode of John Works Too Much. Now, thank you guys for coming to Egypt with me. I really appreciate that. I had a great time. Today, we're gonna do amazing things. What are we gonna do? First of all, you see this fireplace? This is a dumb place, so we're just gonna take it out. Goodbye, fireplace. Hello, new cabinets. There's gonna be new cabinets right here. Now, what about this wall? I like it, but you know what I'd like better? For it not to be there. Cut that out. What about these cabinets? Hard pass. We're gonna take those out and put in new ones. And then put in granite, and then put in a new dishwasher, a new sink, and then we're gonna put in new lights in here. That's gonna be magnificent. Now, you probably noticed I took more than my fair share of time off. That's because I went to Egypt, thank you very much, wrote a book, almost finished it, thank you very much. But also, I saw Beethoven in concert, and when I did, he was like, "Are you guys having a good time out there?" And we're like, "Yeah!" And he's like, "I can't hear you." But it's because he's deaf and also dead. Did you know that 70% of the earth is covered in water and almost none of that is carbonated, which means, in fact, the earth is flat. So, flat earthers, you're right. Everybody else, I'm sorry. Now, if you look around, it's been about 28 minutes. Look at this wall. There was the wall right here. Whoa, that's embarrassing. This is gone now. We took out the fireplace over here. We still haven't taken out the actual fireplace. If you want it, let me know immediately. We took out these cabinets. It's beautiful. When I say beautiful, what I mean is soon it will be beautiful. Now, maybe you're wondering, how do we do this? Maybe you want me to tell you in graphic detail how we do this. I'm sorry, I can't, because what happens in a black hole stays in a black hole. We're gonna go to the dump. Oh, hey there. So, did you know that the Rocky Horror Picture Show was the only movie in the Rocky series to not have Sylvester Stallone? Now you do. So, sorry it's taken a little bit longer because I was up in the attic for quite some time and I almost had a heat stroke. I'm still pretty wet, but I had to lay down and make a sweat angel on the ground for 45 minutes or something like that because I had to recover. So, I think I'll be fine. Anyway, how do you do this? So we got all the wires out. We had our electrician come and we had our heat and air guy come and take all the wires out of the walls. So now we've got this temporarily supported. And so this is holding the weight of this wall right here because this is a load-bearing wall. So this is holding the weight temporarily. We're gonna take all these out. We're gonna put a beam in. And then once we get the beam in, then we're gonna take this out and let it relax and the beam will take the weight. So it will be fantastical. And then over here, I think we pretty much, we showed you what's going on over there. I'm not in my full mind right now because I'm still recovering from my heat. I guess it's heat exhaustion because I was still sweating. When you stop sweating, heat stroke, and then you're like, this is not going to end well. So I'm going to show you guys in real life where this happened because I'm fairly upset about it. But I went somewhere back in June and I was like, oh, I got poison ivy and it's getting infected on my foot. I probably should get some antibiotics. It's not too good. And so I went to this little dock in the box place. And they were like, it'd probably be the minimum, like $100. Then they charged me $250 when I was there. 2 months later, I got a bill for $13,500. And I keep trying to figure it out, and I can't. So I will follow up on that. But right now, we're gonna take this out and put it in a beam. All right. As many of you well know, I do not cook. I'm not good with food. I've known people that are good with food, and I'm like, you are very fat. But I'm only like mildly fat, like at 3 on a scale of 1 to 3. Anyway, so I said something about chicken strips, and I guess it was in the wrong context, and they're like, have you ever even seen a chicken strip? And I'm like, bro, I've never even seen a chicken wear clothes. Anyway, so as you can tell, we temporarily supported this, then we took all this stuff out. Remember there's a wall right here? We took all that out. And then over here, see what we did? We cut this out so the beam will rest up on that, okay? And that beam will then take all this weight all the way over to that other beam where we're gonna set it on top of that thing. And then we're gonna do that, and once we do that, I'll show you, and then we'll take out this support, and everything will just sit as if nothing happened. It'll be like magic. So, then we put the beam in, right? So we put in this double 2x12, there's a OSB in the middle of it, so that it's the same thickness as the wall, and then it's resting up on there, you can see, and on the far side it's resting in on that. So that's taking the weight. These walls on the side are taking the weight, and then this beam is taking the weight for this bit here. So now, guess what we can do? we can take out this temporary support. Hopefully I won't hurt anybody when I do this. Better we get more than one person, but yeah, here we go. So far so good. Let's see. That's a little stiffer. Not quite yet. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Look at that. And that's how it's done. So then we'll take this one out too, and it will be magnificent. Now, I'm sure I've seen people do this a lot. Not this, something else. And I'm sure that to some degree I've been guilty of the same thing, but I don't know why. I don't know why we do it. Like we think we're better than somebody. And that is that we hold out on being kind to somebody, hold out on a blessing for somebody to see if they really deserve it, right? Like, I don't know if I should bless them because are they really good enough for me to bless them? Why are you being stingy? Bless them. Bless them. You want somebody to bless you? None of us deserve it. It's okay to be kind to people. Even if they don't deserve it. Especially if they don't deserve it. Nothing fell. Well, except for my pride a little bit. Anyway, that's how you do a beam. And then we'll wrap this in sheetrock. And yeah, that'll, look at this, one big open room. It's nice, huh? It's beautiful. All right, see you guys in a minute. Hey there. As you can clearly tell, we got the beam up, we trimmed up the edges. It's amazing. We're so excited. And we swept the floor, kinda. Yeah, don't look too hard, don't look too long. I want to talk to you guys about the fact that, you know, I just flew to Egypt and back. And it is a scientifically proven fact. We've done more and more research that there's no comfortable way to sit on an airplane. Okay, so what they do is they're like, let's measure the average adult male, and then they do, and they're like, okay, in every direction. They're like, now back it off 4 inches in every direction. And you're like, wait, what? And so your knees are like up in your chest, and you're like, this is very uncomfortable. I do not like this, not even a little bit. And then they're like, yeah, that's not good enough. There's a perfect height that we can put this seat where it cuts off your blood circulation to your legs every single time. There's no good way to sit in it. And they're like, we have found it. There's some sweet spot, and they have engineers that have worked tirelessly. Then they make the armrest, and they're like, is there anything more uncomfortable? And everybody's like, sir, we have searched the world. There's no worse combination. There's no way that you can comfortably sit on this at all. Doesn't matter, you put cushions there, doesn't matter. Like, they just make it out of like discomfort. I think they import them from hell, and they're like, let's put this on the airplane. I don't know why they do it. Seriously, if you work at an airline, can you do anything about this? It's horrible. I was so uncomfortable. I cried a lot. I didn't, but somebody else did. And I was like, should I help them? I'm like, no, I don't care. Hey, so we put up some cabinets. And I know what you're thinking, that's amazing. It really is. So how do we do it? Same way we always do it. We screwed the top ones up first, chalked a line, marked our studs, put our bottom ones in. That's where a stove goes, hood vent microwave, dishwasher, sink, whatever. All right, now, as you guys probably know, I don't have much of a heart. And so because of this, let me show you what we do. There's gonna be a hollow back here, right? There's gonna be the dishwasher. And one day, somebody's gonna change these cabinets out and look back there and they're like, ah! And I'm gonna be like this. Because that's funny to me. Now I realize that's not nice. There's some things that bother me. There's some things I don't understand, right? So imagine this. You're in school. You're fast at school. You're efficient at school. You're like, man, you get straight A's and you're like, you get your homework done quick and like you really focus and pay attention. We're gonna reward you. You're gonna get better grades, you're gonna move up to advanced classes and get a college degree and all kind of things like scholarships and stuff. Like, okay, so I'm better and faster and they're gonna reward me for that. At your job, you're better and faster at that. They're like, you are efficient. We make money off of you. We're gonna give you a raise because you're valuable. And so you're like, okay, so I'm better and faster, and they're gonna give me a raise. So first in school, you're like, I did better, they advanced me up, scholarships, then at your job, you faster, better, you make more money. Then you're like, let me just carry this over into my driving. No, they don't like that. You're better and faster driving, we're gonna give you a ticket. Like if you're going anything more than a pregnant snail on Valium stampeding through peanut butter on a hot, dry day covered in salt, then they're like, nope, we're gonna put you in a cage if you don't pay us money. I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Doesn't make me happy. So that's how I feel about that. I'm pretty sure that that's no secret, but anybody who likes this post, I will give you a free air guitar. So like this post and share it. All right, bye. Alcoholics have sentenced themselves to life behind bars. Think about it. Bars. Like, I know you're thinking like, oh, like a bar, like where you drink? Well, that too, but also why am I here? Why didn't anybody warn me? Both. All right. We got cabinets in, but then look over here. More cabinets. We have doubled this kitchen, and we've made this room so much bigger, even though it's the exact same size, but just bigger. I was working a show one time. The announcer was like, these two competitors are identical, but that's where their similarities end. And I'm like, but they're already identical. Like that's enough similarities for me. Anyway, so you can tell we've still got some holes. We still got to put a dishwasher in. That's coming tomorrow. We'll have to put the vent microwave in, and we'll have our electrician come and wire the outlet up there. We got to put some lights in up here. We're gonna put in a new floor. It'll be beautiful and fantastic. And then Fidel's gonna put granite in, and that'll be great. And then we'll put handles in, and then like toe kick and stuff like that. So it'll be so amazing. Drew, what's on your heart? Did you say?
Stickers.
Stickers. So Drew said, why are there stickers in the world? And I immediately thought of like stickers like, oh, you got a gold star sticker because you smiled and you did your ABCs or whatever. And I'm like, that's right up my alley. But he meant like porcupine eggs, which is when you step on them, you're like, ow, why in the world? And in my yard, you step on them like, ow, because it makes you sound like a monkey because everything is stickers. That's all I've got. It's just a yard full of stickers. Not even any grass, just all stickers. And so I feel really bad about it. To answer your question, Drew, a scientific reason for it. I don't know what that is. I guess because we're being punished because, we did dumb things and we're like, hey, watch where you step. Better watch your step. This isn't gonna end well for you. Those hurt. I'm like, I got shoes. And I'm like, you think. They'll get in your laces and you'll be like, let me just tell me, Watch where you step. It matters. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. If you knew for a fact you were 2 packs of cigarettes away from cancer, would you quit or would you just ride it out and be like, I'm gonna see where this takes me? It's a serious question. I don't know. I'm not a smoker, so I don't know. But I was nowhere near cancer, I don't think. Maybe I was. Maybe I quit just in time. I don't know. Anyway, so we're gonna blow some acoustic up here. So acoustic is popcorn, right? And you don't eat it. Even with butter and salt, it's not good. I've tried it. It's kind of, not so good. It's made out of styrofoam. So we're just gonna do this a little bit here, some patches, and then over there. And, maybe you're thinking to yourself, should I trust atoms? No. They literally make up everything. That's all I've got. Oh, hey there. All right, so we blew acoustic. It was amazing. But now, how do we make crow's foot texture? You guys know what crow's foot texture looks like? Come here. You see this stuff? Get real close so you can see it. How do you do this? What manner of sorcery did they use in ancient times to make this work? I'll show you, it's very simple. All right, you take joint compound, otherwise known as mud, and you mix it up, and then you get it on your paint roller. You want it to be kind of thick, like, not super thick, but pretty thick. And then you kind of get it on here. It's remarkable, okay? And then what? You get some more. You don't want to do too much at once because it'll start drying out. Nobody wants that. So you want it to be like thick enough that you can get some actual depth to your texture. Okay. So once I show you this, you guys can go back in time to the 80s and have like a very profitable business doing texture because everybody was doing this back in the 80s. And then you can be like, look at this great new concept of putting texture on here. Okay, so Now I've got joint compound on here. You see this little thing here? Watch this, Drew. Oh, remarkable. Did you know that? Now, hopefully you got one of these crow's foot panda paw things. The key is to get it all wet first, because otherwise it's dry and it doesn't work very well, and then you kind of shape it. Watch this, are you ready? Get real close here. How amazing is that? You can't mess this up unless you do it wrong, which I suppose is true of anything. Now, speaking of doing it wrong, a lot of you don't take care of your own families. I'm sorry, but it's true. You don't take care of your kids. Maybe you're a really bad mother. You tell everybody you're a great mother, but we all know you're not a good mother. Maybe you tell your friends that you're a good father, but you're not a really good father. You're not really paying child support. You're not really spending time with your kids. And maybe you go around telling everybody that you're a Christian, but you do that stuff. The Bible says that he who doesn't take care of his own family is worse than an unbeliever. Think about that. Start taking care of your family. It's important. Love you guys. Rarely have so many done so little with so much. Think about that. Like, lots of people, lots of skills, lots of resources, doing almost nothing. So this reminds me, like, there are 4 types of people, okay? There are the people that have been given a lot and they do a lot with it. You're like, I expect that. You were given a lot, you did a lot with it. And you're like, to be expected. There are some people that were given a lot and they did very little with it. And you're like, ugh, unimpressed. Like, you just spent the fortune down and then the people after you are all in poverty again. No, hard pass. They're the people that started with nothing, and by the end of their life, they really did like nothing. And you're like, I guess, yeah, I mean, to be expected. And then there are the people that started with nothing and did amazing things with it. Those are the people I respect. All right, so we didn't do a whole lot today, but let me show you what we did do. We blew acoustic up here, if you recall. It looks amazing. You can't even tell it's there, and that's exactly what you're looking for in a patch. It's like, I don't see it. Perfect. It's that, and that. You can't see it because it blends right in, except for the color. We also did this texture up here, the crow's foot and texture over there. It's beautiful. We also cased out this opening. Amazing. It really trims it out. Makes it look beautiful. We put on cabinet hardware. We put in the vent microwave. We put in the stove. We put in the dishwasher. I mean, my electrician, my plumber did. And then we got all these handles in over here. Take a look over here, Drew. Beautiful. Oh, but wait, look down. What is it? We did this floor, and then we did all the trim around here, minus a few pieces. And I love it. So tomorrow, Fidel's gonna come. We're gonna put granite in here, I'll put in the sink, and hook the dishwasher to the actual plumbing, and then put in a backsplash, and then it will be beautiful. Also, so exciting, I'm buying a flip house tomorrow. So right now, it looks underwhelming, which is my favorite, because right when something looks at its very worst, I'm like, you wait, because I'm about to make that look beautiful. It's one of my favorite things to do. I think that people go, what's your favorite thing to do? Because I do a lot of things. And I'm like, I love to take something that's ugly and make it into something beautiful. I love to take something that's hopeless and make it into something amazing. I want people to look and go, that's amazing. How could anybody ever not want that? I'm like, I know, right? Because I saw the potential in it rather than what it actually was. And I think that it's important to do that with people too. I think a lot of times we see a person and we're like, you're hopeless, you're worthless, you're a lost cause. I'm not gonna waste any of my time on you. You're not worthy of my compassion or my time or whatever. And I'm like, or are they? Because he who has been forgiven much loves much, but he who's been forgiven little loves little. And sometimes the people that you're like, that is the lost cause, later on you're like, that person did amazing things. So have a wonderful evening, get some rest, hug the people you love. See you later, bye. Hey there. So, Mateo puts in granite countertops and it's beautiful. And your dad is who? Fiddle. His name is Fiddle, or as I like to say it, Fidel. Look at this beautiful stuff they did already. It's amazing. Do you guys have magical powers?
Sure wish. We would have done it faster.
If you had superhero powers, what would you want them to be?
Intelligence. So I could be like you.
But
I don't have it.
No, but I mean, like, I'm not intelligent. That would be a dumb. You would want another wish. You would want to get your magic lamp and be like, I want to be dumb. I want to be smart, like a smart person, not smart.
Intelligent, rich. It all falls in the category for John. God, man.
This guy's revealing all my secrets. I'm none of those things. I'm dumb as a rock. Dumb as a rock. What would you really want your superhero powers to be?
I have no idea. I never gave it a
You've
thought.
never thought about this? Look, I want to tell you, Drew. What about you? Superhero powers. You've never thought about it. Have you thought about this? Some. What?
Super strength.
Super strength. See, that's a good one. With granite, that'd be great. You'd be like, like, right now it's heavy. How much does that weigh?
Like 400 pounds?
How much?
Like 400?
How much?
Like 400?
4,000 pounds. That was 4,000 pounds. It's unbelievable. But look at those muscles. Show them.
Boy, you bigger than me.
I'm not. I'm fatter.
Well, I didn't say how much bigger.
Oh, wow.
I said
No,
bigger.
you're right. That stings a little bit. So tell us something about granite that we don't know.
It's an extra stone.
Yeah?
Really durable.
Yeah.
You know, it looks really nice. It's really. It goes with anything you can have in your kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
That's about it? That's the beginning. Also, it's amazing. You can sit on it. You can put things on it.
You can cook on it.
You can cook on it. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Can you put a fire underneath there and just cook on it? Just like
Yeah, it'll get really hot.
Yeah, it'll get really hot. That's how they do it in. Do they do that in Mexico?
No,
Have you ever been to Mexico?
no, I'm not from there.
You
I'm
are
from China.
You are a liar. You're a liar. So, what do you think about this? First world problems matter more.
First world problem. What is this supposed to say?
What's the first world problem? I'm glad you asked. So look, a lot of us talk about third world problems, like, oh, that's a third world country, like they're, I don't know, underdeveloped or something. But technically speaking, after World War II, first world was people that sided with America and NATO, and those people were first world, and that's us. We got first world problems, we're rich, and we're like, my barista didn't get me, like, I asked for 2 pumps, but they gave me 4 half pumps. That's first world problems. Like, can you believe it? Like, I had a play date, and then my kid's friend's mom was like, no, I've got to do a yoga session. That's first world problem, okay? Second world is anybody who's with the communists, Russia and China and communists, right? Third world is anybody who didn't agree with either one of those, right? So technically, Mexico is a third world country. But it sounds bad, but it's not. Now it's a developing country. Are you happy about this? You couldn't care less, could you? Because you lived in America your whole life.
My whole life.
Bro, me too.
Born and raised, you know?
Yeah, you got first world problems. Tell me about some of your first world problems.
I don't have them. Everything's easy.
Everything's easy here. That's right. You just walk around and you're like, you know what? I'm white, you're pretty white, right? I mean, you're whiter than I am.
Boy, not even
It's
close.
real close. Look at
Not
that.
even.
No work. You need to work more.
Oh, you need to pass more jobs. Maybe I can work outside more.
I'll give you as many as I got. What are you talking about? I'll give you all my granite. All right. What are you guys doing here so late? I suppose you could ask me the same question. Well, we're working. We just finished up. So we did this whole kitchen in 28 minutes flat. And we had a $3 million budget, and we were way under budget. Like, it's unbelievable. They were so very happy. It was like within reason, like $60,000, $70,000 and nothing. They were like, oh, we'll pay it right away. Now, maybe some of you guys are like, my life is so horrible right now. I feel like nothing's working out. It's because mercury's in the microwave, or however you say that. And so I think if somebody would just take mercury out of the microwave, it's probably getting hot, and so it's messing up your juju or something like that. So if you check your horoscope, you'll see mercury's in the microwave. Now, one last thing I want to show you. This sink is pretty amazing. Hopefully you guys have one. You can use it to clean or drink or whatever you do. But be careful, because if you drink water, you will definitely die. Hitler did, and look at him. Oh, hey there. So, we're here in the redwood forest. Take a look up here. Look at this. These trees are huge. I think that one's 1,400 feet tall. I could be wrong. All right, so this is a very small redwood stump slice. This is a slice. I'm gonna make a table out of it later. They don't know this. I'm just gonna borrow it for the rest of my life. Okay, so look, this is interesting because if you count the rings, then you're like, okay, the Chinese invented paper. This is 105. I don't know. The birth of Jesus, 1 calendar year, modern calendar begins. So it's technically not the birth of Jesus, but whatever. Mayan city, gunpowder discovered in China. Heck yeah, right here. That's when that happened. I don't know if you guys can see that if you look real close. Other things happen. Magna Carta signed. First printing press invented. Oh, heck yeah. So then this is, you can tell in this line, the tree got scared. Like, uh-oh, they might use me for paper. But thank God they didn't. And then Shakespeare was born, and Pilgrims arrived at Plymouth Rock, and then they were like, the tree started shaking a little bit because it was like, but then more time passed. First mission established, and the tree fell in Humboldt County, 1934. So this tree only lived to be 1,934 years old, which is very sad. I need a minute. Oh, hey there. So, we're here in the redwood forest still. It's been moments. If you look, this tree is ginormous. Now here, I'll get up closer to it where you're not supposed to go. As a point of reference, I am 26 feet tall. But look up there. The tree is bigger than me. Barely, but still bigger than me. All right, now you might notice. You might notice that these grow together and they look like they're all kind of one ginormous tree, but they're not, because redwoods grow in groves of 4. And then what happens? If one starts getting sick, then the other ones are like, I'll give you some nutrients, I'll help you out, which is really important because family matters and we need other people to help us. If you look around, a lot of these trees, look at this one over here, they're all growing together, and that's how they get to be huge, right? Because together we're better than the sum of our parts. Oh, hey there. Sorry, I was just taking a little bit of a nap in my den here. So if you look up here, you'll see that these trees are huge, right? And this tree here, they grow in clusters. This one started to fall. And then you know what happened? All these other trees around it were like, nah, I got you, bro. We're standing with you. This is how friends should be. When somebody starts to fall, you shouldn't be like, haha, let's let him die and talk about it and we'll gossip and say a bunch of trash. When somebody starts to fall, you're like, no, you don't. I got you. Now, Clayton asked a very important question. Hey, take a look over here, Dennis. This is beautiful. Clayton said, and I quote, are these even real? At which point I'm like, I don't know. I think so. Knock on wood. Oh, I didn't see you there. So, these are more redwoods. And I don't know if you can tell how huge they are, but they weigh a gigaton. Now, we learned yesterday what a gigaton is. Clayton, do you know?
Nope.
A gigaton is 1,000, wait, is this right? A billion? It's a big unit of measurement. It's a lot. It weighs 2.2 trillion pounds. Maybe it's a billion metric tons. I don't know. Anyway, so as you can tell, somebody used to live here, and this was a condo back in the caveman days. But this is the wooden age of the Stone Age, okay? And they lived in here. They had 7 families that shared this space. And you might think, oh, they probably cooked their dinner here and that's why it's charred. Incorrect. This was from lightning. And the lightning came and it went straight down in between these 2 trees, and then it jumped over to the side and it came down and then went sideways, and they went in here, like cooked some stuff and then went back out. But this cave family's name was Flintstone, and then also the Rebels lived over there. They are from California. This is common knowledge. Don't look it up. Don't fact check anything I ever say, ever. Probably not true.